Hi Aquarius, this is going to be a general tarot reading for your sign between the week of the 22nd to the 28th of September. Let's begin. So your pre-week energy is showing me you're tapping into your intuition. You're really doing some work within your subconscious mind, trying to tap into your power and figure out how you can live a more happy life, live a more dream life, live your dream life. You're tapping more into trying to reprogram into your subconscious mind. I see you spent a lot of emotion in regards to this. I feel that you're very emotionally connected at this point in time in trying to figure out what your subconscious mind is programmed to do. You're really willing to go within the depths within yourself, quite deep. It's like you're going to the underworld within yourself to try figuring out how you can bring balance within your subconscious mind and your shadow self. You are looking to grow spiritually. You're trying to figure out how you can integrate your lighter self, your light self, with your shadow self. But you've realized that your path is through your subconscious mind, and you're really trying to figure out where it is where within your subconscious mind, where you feel this sort of need for greed, this sort of need for security, this need for some sort of control. You're trying to really figure out um, what's stopping you from moving forward, what's stagnating your energy. You're really trying to figure out, why things aren't moving the way you want to in life in general, like with career, with love, with just general relationships, is what I'm hearing. And things that you expect, they don't turn out the way that you want them to. And you're trying to really go deep within yourself and really deep within and figure out what your power is and how you can sort of manifest your dream reality. So this is your pre-week energy before the week even begins. Your As your week begins from Monday to Wednesday, you're going into this energy of just being a bit more masterful within yourself. You feel very visionary, like you're gaining the vision of this situation. Not masterful, I'd say you're gaining the vision of this situation from a place of integrity, from a place of honor. Honor to me is not something that, like, well, I mean, it might be, but what the samurais regarded as honor. For me, honor is something that is your integrity that you keep regardless of what the situations around you show. That to me is what honor really means, not what, what what is, it's thrown around a lot, is what I think. Maybe you throw your integrity around a lot, like, no, this is me, and no, this is me, or this is me and this is me, but this is very deeply tied into your subconscious mind. I'm hearing, yeah, something happened when you were a child, when you were young. So when you're between the ages of 0 to 10, I believe it's 9 or 10, the subconscious mind is really easy to mend and create neurological pathways within, and programming within those pathways. And this is something that's happened to you here, but you're really taking initiative within yourself to try figuring it out. Why is it that you're not having your dream life? You're using your intuition sort of to figure out, like, why is my dream life not here? Why am I not living like how I always envisioned my life to live, or to play out, to live? Maybe your life isn't feel like, you don't feel like you're living. You feel like you're just existing, and you're just going along with it. You're like, why you keep trying to manifest, but then it doesn't work out the way you want to, because you're trying to figure out, like, where's the energy stuck. I see you're very spiritually protected during this time, as you embark on this endeavor of trying to have the vision of seeing within yourself of what this is, and you are gaining clarity upon this. Just have hope and faith that you will get to the bottom of it. The answer lies within you. You need to ask yourself questions, is what I'm hearing. You'll be shown in your dream. If you listen to some binaural beats, or something to do with like rain, before you go to sleep. I think they've got like rain, and there's a confirmation. If you listen to like rain sounds before you go to sleep, and ask yourself a question before you put the music on. So they go on for ages, maybe like 4 hours is what I'm hearing. Just let your headphones play out. Don't worry about your headphones. But just be wary. Some of you have got like those in-ear headphones where the little bud can come off. Just be careful, like when you don't use one of those ones, because it can go in your ear, is what I'm hearing, and it's quite painful. So if you've got different kind of headphones, like, use those ones, and try to do it sober. Like, just listen to rain sounds, and before you do, listen to the sound of the rain. You can find it on YouTube, wherever. Just ask yourself a few questions about what it is that's holding you back. You just need to ask yourself, what's holding me back? You don't need to be very specific. You just need to ask yourself, what's holding me back? And I'm being told you're going to be shown in your dream, so keep a pen and paper next to your bed. You're going to have a profound dream after doing this, but make sure you are sober. But when you do this, if you're not sober, you won't be able to recollect the information that you go through, and it won't be able to help you. But have hope and faith in this situation, that your potential is being renewed by you taking action towards it. I see here midweek between Wednesday and Friday, you're going through some sort of, it's being fully revealed to you. You're having upheaval in this situation. It's like the lightning strikes. The odds of lightning. I'm hearing like lightning strikes twice. Maybe that song from Mariah Carey is significant from you. Was it Angel's Cry? I think it's called. Maybe this is an angel's cry. That this, it's like it's going straight into your subconscious. It's like the angel's cry is going into your subconscious and sort of not unlocking, I'd say, giving you energy. I'm seeing like ether, like ethereal energy going into your brain, into your subconscious mind. Like it's a physical thing that's happening to you. Like it's not spiritual. Like the effect is spiritual, but it's like it's happening physically. Like it's powerful. You physically feel something. Like you might have migraines, is what I'm hearing. Like intense. You might have an intense migraine. You might feel like your head's on fire. This is your sign. This is your confirmation that you're figuring it out. You're not just figuring it out, but you're demolishing it very quickly within this week. Whatever that programming is like the angel's cry is coming through to eradicate it, to eradicate what it is that's holding you back within your subconscious mind. And this is a deep programming. You don't realize how deep it is. I'm seeing like a parasite, those intestinal parasites. It's really long, really, really long inside of you. It's been eating at you for ages. And it's like these people falling out are like almost representative of this parasite. It's not an actual parasite, nor is it an energetic parasite. It's the programming that is not yours is representative as a parasite, because it's taking your energy from you as you try to do things in life and you try to manifest things and start new things. You always end up in this kind of situation where the energy doesn't move and you just feel like you have to take control of your security, because you feel like things are unbalanced, things are not happening the way that you want. And if you keep going out and out way, you're going to end up in a very bad situation, whether that's financially, relationships, just people in general, and your life in general is what I'm hearing. This is with all things. It's like you keep going in a loop. I'm seeing a loop, like you keep looping. But it's being revealed. It's going to be feeling you're going to feel chaotic between Wednesday and Friday. You're going to feel like your head's on fire. You're going to be gaining some spiritual wisdom and ancient knowledge. I feel like you've done like a lot of work in your past life, like spiritual work. You were some kind of, I don't think you were a priest or something that high, but you did a lot of spiritual work in your past life. I don't think you were quite religious in your last life, depending on the time that you were alive. It's not the three religions or the main religions that we have nowadays. It's an older religion that used to follow, not very pagan. It was more like it was like Christianity for back then, basically. So your last incarnation, was this the last one? Yeah, so your last incarnation was a long time ago. You had some kind of bloody end. That's why your soul hasn't incarnated. It's incarnated now, after many years, because the intensity of the karma was too much. You had to wait for a long time to reincarnate. But you did practice spirituality to a degree, and that spirituality is helping you here. These angels that are there for you, they are from your they know you from your past life. These spirits that know you, they know you from your past life. I'm seeing gods and goddesses. I'm seeing beautiful faces and white wings, like not normal white wings, but they're like this kind of white wings. They're not angels. They're gods and goddesses. I think it's from Bite Sign. Byzinium, is it Byzinium era or Bite Sign? That's where you're from. But not during that time. Is it after? Shortly after like the main period that shows up in history. But you're from that area. That's where your last life was, and you died quite a tragic death. But anyway, your spirituality from then is helping you currently in your life, and it's this subconscious belief that's been capping you. It's like a lie. It's been capping you, and it's coming off now. Capping you in both sense, as a lie and as a blockage from you moving forward into what you truly desire from life. It's been blocking you from your happiness. But this is coming down during the week, so you're having a big sort of upheaval within yourself, forced change. You're gonna something's gonna happen, but there's a forced change happening within your subconscious mind. So we have the conscious mind and we have the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind, obviously, you can think about what you're thinking of, but the subconscious mind sort of runs in a loop, depending on how it's been programmed from your early days. And you can go into it as an adult, but it takes like hypnosis, and it takes a lot of work to rewire your biological neural pathways, so they send electrical energy signals between one another, the synapses. You're very scientific, so I'm explaining to you from science. So as they send the energy in between the synapses, the receiving end, so there's a sending point and a receiving point on each side of this neurological pathway, and as they send signals, the pathway is created more and more and more, and it goes that way, and then there's no other way for it to go. So as an adult, it's very difficult for somebody to physically go in there, mentally go in there, emotionally go in there. You have to. It takes a lot of time to rewire, and it can feel very uncomfortable. But this is happening for you right now during this week in a very powerful way, where you're gaining a lot of your wisdom. You're getting enlightened. You're getting enlightened from this situation. You're exiting this period of feeling stagnated. You're exiting this period of feeling like a sacrifice within your life. You feel like things don't work out. You're like, why am I being sacrificed here? You feel like a sacrificial lamb within your life. But you're moving away from all of this. This is a brief pause of within your life. You might feel like time's a bit distorted this week. You might feel like time's moving slower than you expected. Like it doesn't make sense. Like things are just weird. Like around you, you're noticing things very weirdly. Again, I'm getting you're very scientific. You're a very scientific person whoever I'm speaking to, and you look at things very much so from a science perspective. You're not very someone that believes in mysticism. But you're coming into unity, you're coming into harmony within yourself, you're coming into a sense of healing. And by the end of the week, you're here in this energy, you're reclaiming your power here very powerfully. You're able to create something from nothing. The magician here doesn't realize, well, when the fool meets the magician, he doesn't realize that the magician is a part of him until the magician steps inside of him. He smiles at him. He's like, who are you? How can you read my mind? Because he's thinking in his mind, and he thinks back to him. And he's like, how are you able to read my mind? And he just slips into him, and he's like, he realizes then that the magician has always been a part of him or her. Or in this case, it was a fool. I don't know if it's fooler. No, that's not. Let's not go down there. Let's not making up words. I don't think there's a feminine version of the fool. I think the feminine version is still called a fool. I was trying to say like fooler, like maybe you're Spanish or you speak Spanish or something like that, or Portuguese. But you're realizing here that inside of you there's infinite potential. You're able to do things. You're able to create what it is that you desire. You're able to do this from your own power, not from some sort of external force that's happening here. Like you're realizing that you need to be incorporating yourself. Your energy needs to be incorporated in such a way where your goals are both spiritual and materialistic. That's going to help you move forward. This is what you're going to realize by the end of the week as you go through this unblocking within your subconscious, massive unblocking within your subconscious. You're going to realize that you have the power within you. Things like are able to make, like you're able to make a lot more sense of things is what I'm getting here. Like you're able to make a lot more sense. You're able to make things grow now. Like you weren't able to make things grow before because of the you're being blocked subconsciously without realizing it. But because you're actively searching for this problem is almost like, like when you call someone out and you're like, oh, are you looking at, and they're like, oh, I'm looking at you or whatever. But they get your attention. You're like sort of forcing the attention upon this block, whatever it is within your subconscious, and it's like talking back almost, like showing you back attention. You're like, oh, there you are. And now you're able to get rid of it during this week. This is really good for you. Like I feel like this is a really big level up. You don't realize how big of a level up it is. Usually it takes people like a good number of years to get to this sort of position where they're able to go through this. Like it takes a lot. Like you because of the spiritual work you've done in your past life, this is coming in as a help for you. It's like a gift. It's a painful gift. Your head's gonna be burning. Like I'm telling you now, you're gonna have migraines. Don't take any painkillers, is what I'm hearing, because that's gonna help you reveal. You have to feel that fire within your head. It's the fire of inspiration and of life. It's gonna help you completely eliminate this subconscious block. If you have a painkiller, you won't be able to fully, you will get rid of it, but it will have remnants there. and you don't want the remnants to build into something and make their own neurological pathways, is what I'm hearing. Like they're going to end up making their own neurological pathways because those ways looks familiar within your subconscious mind. They look familiar, so they automatically start creating. I'm seeing like the snake, the snake game, where the snake eats the little apples and it gets bigger and bigger. That's what's going to happen basically if you take painkillers during this process. Have tea is what I'm hearing. Have tea. Just regular, regular tea with some milk and some sugar or whatever. But sugar is really important. Tea with sugar. Just regular tea with milk. Black tea with milk is going to help you. Not any other kind of tea. Just black tea, milk and sugar is going to help you in this situation. By the end of this, you're going to be very happy. As you step into the weekend, you're going to feel very happy. As you see your energy, you have a greater understanding of who you are. You're going to feel this warmth within you. You're going to feel like a delight within you, this joy of who you are. Almost like you're being guided to where you want to go. And you are being guided to where you want to go. You are being guided forwards here. To where your heart really lies, where your soul desires to go. Spirit's leading you forwards, but you don't realize it is spirit. I see them as like this sort of invisible ride for you. You're like just kind of like going along with it, and you just don't realize it's spirit. It's spirit. It's these gods and goddesses that I was seeing. They're connected to you very strongly from your past life. They're telling me not to say anymore. You have to go find them. If you truly desire a connection, you're very loving towards them in your past life, and they still have love for you. Let go of things. Let go of this mindset of being disappointed, feeling like you're abandoned. Let go of it. I know it's not easy to do, but the more you look at it, the more bigger it gets. It's like it's like the snakes. Snakes are very relevant for you. That game Snakes is very relevant. Just snakes in general are relevant for you. It's like your bad habits lead into bigger and bigger things that you almost have to force yourself at, in the last moment, where it's like the worst it can be, like you force yourself out of it, but your bad habits lead you to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, and you get to the point where they can no longer get any more worse, and then you have to like sort of force yourself out of these situations. You've been called to let go of being like this. You do this from a place of fear and a place of feeling unworthy. You are worthy. You're like a snake. You need to feel the vibrations. You need to go out in nature more. Put your feet on the mud, on the grass. You need to listen to music. Like go out. If you're old enough, like go to like clubs and stuff, bars and stuff, and like not for drinking, but for like feeling the vibration of the music. Like you need to feel things that have a vibration. Trees, listen to trees. Just put your ear on a tree. Just stuff like this, you need to feel vibrations, like of living things. I'm getting your thoughts, okay? Some of you are having dirty thoughts here. Not those kind of vibrations, all right? Living things, because you need to feel more. Snakes are really attracted to things that have a vibration. Snakes have their own vibration, and if somebody is vibrating with a high energy, snakes are drawn to them. You're like a snake. You should get that as a tattoo or some snake jewelry. Your energy is very much like a snake. Snakes are good things. I like snakes. I've been around snakes. They're quite friendly with me, to be honest. I don't really get scared of animals. I grew up around animals anyway. I got a funny story that, whenever I meet dogs, they think I'm a dog. Happened to me yesterday, actually. I met some dogs in the park. They were like little ones, and they were they were adorable. But then there was like this one that was really sassy, and she was like barking at me. And obviously, our owners don't know what the hell she's talking about because I grew up around dogs. I don't know. I could just understand them, and I started chasing the dog. And she was like, "Oh no, why are you shouting? I mean, why are you barking at him? Blah blah blah." And I was like, "No, it's fine. I understand what she's saying." We were just playing. She wants me to chase her. She's like, they were like, "What?" And she started barking at me. Like as soon as I said that, she started barking at me again. Started chasing her, and I was just doing like a little slow run. I wasn't like running properly at her. And the other dog started coming up me, like lapping at me, like, chase me, chase me. It was so funny. I was like, all right, it's time to leave now. And I feel like here you're really connected to, snakes like that. You might understand snakes. Maybe you should go to a snake farm. It will help you understand your nature a lot better. I feel like you're quite disconnected with your nature, your true nature. You need to go like to a snake farm or buy a snake pet, and don't put them in a tank. Don't put them in a tank. If you buy a pet, don't keep them with you, like as a pet. I think you're really connected to them. But you're being led anyway. You're being led forwards. By the end of this week, you're going to feel like you're being led spiritually to a better day, to much happier times within your life. And I feel like it's like a breath of fresh air, like you're finally there. And you're realizing that you're finally there, of being able to move forward without restriction, being able to move forward without feeling like something's tugging you back, like to feel like there's something pulling you. Because I feel like you're going through, it's like you're in a forest and it's dark, you can't see what's there, like you're kind of going forward, and it's like this illuminated way for you, right? And there's no lights on it, you're just kind of going. There are some lights, sorry, there's torches there, but as you're going, I'm seeing you just kind of, you feel a tug and you look back and it's just darkness behind you. Like it's odd because you can see what's in front of you, but behind you is darkness. You need to not pay attention to what's behind you. Now you're on a journey. A journey doesn't go backwards and forwards, and a journey goes onwards and onwards. Like you don't have to revisit things that you've already done, habits, places, people. Living a certain way is what I'm hearing really strongly. You don't have to live a certain way like you used to live before. Have like a mindset where you used to have. I feel like you feel like that person that you were in that moment had something that you don't have right now, and this kind of makes you feel like maybe I should go back to being that kind of person. You're much better. You don't realize it, but you're much better where you are right now than when you was that person. And going into those environments that you were previously in, they're not going to benefit you. They're going to harm you further, and you're going to be stuck in cycles again. Just keep moving forwards. The future's looking very good for you. You're going to feel a lot of joy, happiness, delight this weekend. You're going to feel very happy with life in general. So your outcome is showing me, even though this is all going on, you're going to feel very apathetic towards life. You're going to feel very dissatisfied with things in general. You're going to feel like nothing is really moving. We don't realize you've just moved a mountain energetically. It's crazy. Like you're feeling really like dissatisfied, and you're like contemplating, like, what can I do? Where can I go? And you're kind of looking at things like this, and you're like, well, how can I be better? This is why I was channeling that message of you looking at things in the past. You might be looking at, oh, maybe I should go back to being like that, and it's not something that you're planning to do. It's like as soon as you think of it, you're like, yeah, let me do that. That makes sense. But stay away from going back to old things. They don't benefit you in any way, to be honest. I see you just being very, dissatisfied with life in general. You might be crying a lot. You might be feeling like you've made a loss. You've made a loss of some kind. Just in general, like you feel at a loss. That's what I mean to say. You feel at a loss with things in general. You're like, whatever I do, I always end up in the same position. I don't seem to be moving forwards. I keep going in circles and ending up Like I'm like trying to get over to where the grass is greener, but like I can't seem to get over to where the grass is greener. I keep trying, but I'm getting stuck. And you might be crying because of this. You might be feeling a lot of grief. You're like, I'm getting very strongly here. You keep trying to go to, the side where the grass is greener. You keep putting in a lot of work and it just doesn't happen, is what you're feeling like by the end of this week. This is your outcome. So regardless of this whole situation, you feeling good and realizing your power, you're still staying in this energy. You're feeling very dissatisfied, feeling upset by life, because you feel like you'll never get to your castle. You'll never get to what it is that you really desire. You'll never get to your dream life. You're making all these plans. You've made all these plans, sorry. You're seeing the progress that you've made though, but like you're kind of like dismissing it. You're like, I've made all this progress, but like look at so and so, your friends that who's same age as you, like, oh, they're doing so well. Look at, she's doing well, he's doing well, and I consider myself more intelligent than them, and I feel kind of left behind. You are definitely more clever than them, but you just had to go through this, whatever it was. It's not entirely your fault. Maybe it was something to do with you. It was a soul contract that you had that led you to have that sort of subconscious block, and you were meant to unlock yourself in some ways, gain some wisdom within your spirit about, you need to realize that life is an adventure where your soul decided to have an adventure. That's why it incarnated again. You're not quite tapped into your spiritual side yet. Like there's a barrier between you and your spiritual self, your light self. I'm seeing like this big barrier. They can see you, but you can't see them. You're not even looking for them. You're like looking at what's in front of you. You're looking at the elixir for life. You're like looking at like your material. You're trying to live forever, have money, and be like some sort of superstar or whatever, in whatever kind of way. You're trying to like live life large, and you're like looking at things in front of you. You're not really looking at what you've accomplished within you. You're looking at your external more than your internal. That's where I feel like a lot of this is stemming from the subconscious thing. Even though you've come out of it by the end of the week, you have those feelings that are kind of stopping you from moving forward. You're going to start looking at things, you're going to continue, looking at things like they're a challenge. You feel like there's forces opposing you, whether spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. You're going to feel like things are opposing you moving forwards. This is your outcome, by the way. So this is what's telling me that you're feeling like you need to continuously defend yourself from everything and everyone. You're kind of going back into the mindset, even though that thing is being destroyed, that subconscious belief is being destroyed. It's like the remnants. You might be taking painkillers here, but the remnants are staying in there. Do not take painkillers this week if you have a migraine. I'm going to put it in the title as a title. Don't have painkillers if you have a migraine. Have tea. I know it doesn't sound logical, but it will work. Believe me. But again, I'm seeing the snakes, eating the apples, and they go round and round, and they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they're moving faster as well. So you have these little tiny snakes by the end of the week here that are trying to going around in your mind. Because of this grief, you're making them stronger. You need time to heal, not time to think. At the end of this week, you need time to heal, just resting, doing things that you love, watching movies and going out, do it independently as well. I'd say, maybe with friends, if your friends are really close with you and you have a good connection with your friends, but otherwise I would say go to places that bring you joy. Not necessarily fun, but places that bring you joy. That's going to help you heal your energy from this week. This week's quite heavy. It's internally, you're moving mountains. Spiritually, you're moving mountains. or sorry, the mountains are being moved for you from these angels. I mean, they're not angels, but that's the way I'm kind of seeing them. They're gods and goddesses, but they're like very, very bright and beautiful. Like, I just seen a lot of light, but they're not angels. Like, how can you avoid being like this? By being more cunning within your mind, being more cunning within yourself. Be like, look, hold on here. Trick yourself. Be like, your mind's gonna be like, things are not moving forward and this and that. But like, you've unlocked your power. Use that power inside of you. Use that power within your mind to trick your mind and be like, hold on a second. When you're feeling like this, apathetic towards life, you're feeling very dissatisfied. You might be crying and feeling grief. You might just go inwards and be more cunning and be like, look, listen here, like, we don't have to be like this. We're choosing to be like this, Things are moving differently. Like, we can feel it by the end of this week. Like, you're going to feel it in a very powerful way. Like, you're going to feel the enlightenment in a very, very powerful way from midweek to the end of the week, after you have this powerful migraine, or this, whatever it is. I feel like it's going to, you're not sure what it is, but your head's going to feel like it's on fire. And this is your confirmation. But from after that point, a day after that point is what I'm hearing. A day after that point, or a night after that happens, because that could happen in the middle of the night. But the night after that happens, you're gonna start feeling enlightened. You're gonna start feeling, but it's like you're like, you see when you have the Wheel of Fortune, when you end a cycle and you begin a new one, you can go backwards, even though you're in the new one. But this is only at the beginning. If you go halfway through the cycle of the Wheel of the Fortune and you go halfway forwards, if you were to go back from that point, you can't go backwards then from the starting point. You can only go back to the beginning of that cycle, because that path no longer exists. The old path no longer exists, because you're in a completely different cycle. The energy is completely changed. I mean, it's a bit difficult for you to understand this because you're very scientific. I mean, they'll probably figure it out in science someday or another. And there's always loopholes and black holes in the knowledge of science anyway. Like, there's a lot of things that are missing within physics. There's a lot of things that are missing within chemistry. Like, there's a lot of unknowns that they don't know about. And they're like, they just say, oh, we just call it an unknown, or give it some sort of fixed value. This is this value, this coefficient, or this blah, blah, blah is this, and that's all it is. Like, it's crazy to me. Anyway, so you need to be more cunning within your mind, within yourself, and you're gonna have a breakthrough like this. Like, this is the only thing you need to do, is just be more cunning within yourself. You're not betraying yourself. You're not lying to yourself. You're not deceiving yourself by being cunning. You feel like you might be lying to yourself. You might be deceiving yourself. You might be betraying yourself in some kind of way by being cunning to yourself within yourself. Because you're not being honest with yourself. I feel like you might feel like you're lying to yourself, but you're not. You're lying to this sort of this subconscious belief that's trying to linger in your mind. It's like it's been destroyed, and it's like the remnants are there, and it's like, because it's so familiar, it's like not easy to ignore it. Like, it's like you don't know better. Like, you know what the saying, like, if you don't know better, you wouldn't do better. Or was it, if you knew better, you would do better? If you wouldn't do better. But I'm hearing, if you didn't know better, you wouldn't do better. And that's how this thing is looking at you. That if you didn't know better, you wouldn't do better. Like, this thing doesn't want you to be better. Like, this subconscious belief is stemming from somebody that was around you when you were a child. I think it's like not somebody that's hurt you to such a deep degree, but it's somebody that inspired you in your environment. Again, it's your choice. Choose from your heart. Choose from a place of love, not from a place of grief, not from a place of hatred. I'm hearing hatred. Don't choose what's best from you from a place of hatred. Choose what's best from you from a place of love. Like, love yourself. Choose to love yourself. Choose to show yourself love, in this situation. Yeah, I mean, this is a confirmation. I don't know if this would happen without this reading, if you'd go through with it. Because, I mean, your outcome is showing me you're going back into the old ways. You're allowing that subconscious belief to re exist, because it's so familiar to you. Like, you feel almost at a loss without it. But it's the opposite is the truth here. Like, again, if you didn't know better, you wouldn't do better. This is how this subconscious belief looks at you. Like, it's like I'm seeing it like as a worm, like as a, the worms from Dune, the big massive worms. It's like, look, it's like that, but he talks. It's really weird. It's like it's got the teeth and everything coming out, like, and it's like talking, like saying, if you didn't know better, you wouldn't do better. But again, it's your choice. You make the decision here of where do you want to go. Do you want to go forward or backwards? But no, either way, again, the angels. This angel is here. These angels are here. I'm seeing a lot of feminine ones. There are masculine ones as well. Or should I say they look feminine and they look masculine. But they're gods and goddesses. But that's how you know them as. That's how you knew them as. Maybe you favored more of the ones that look feminine when you were alive, in your previous incarnation. So your challenge for this week is being stuck, thinking negatively. Again, these challenges are going to be present one way or another. Physically, they're going to be physical, spiritual, mental, emotional. They're going to manifest in one way or another. They will be present, but depending on how you carry yourself, they might not affect you. They might not affect you at all. But I was saying this is a very difficult week for you within yourself. Like you're doing things you've never done before. Like you're really going into unknown territory within yourself. Feel the vibrations of where you've been led. Maybe that's why you need to feel more vibrations. Like this is your connection to your spirituality. It's feeling things, feeling like what's right for you, or feeling what is a right vibration for you. That's why you're like the snake. But feeling trapped within your mind, feeling like you're in prison, not just your mind, but your mind is thinking you're imprisoned, you're trapped within this way of being, or this way of this cycle. Your mind's tricking you into thinking, like, by you being cunning, you don't realize is that by you being cunning, you're outsmarting your subconscious mind, you're outsmarting this thing within your mind from latching on. It's like it's on the edge. It's like on the edge of the cliff, and it's there trying to help me up. But it's the villain. It's like the Lion King scene, but in this situation, it's the opposite. The villain is hanging off, and the hero. No, he was the villain, wasn't it? Oh shit! Yeah, it is. Yeah, sorry, it was Scar that was hanging off, wasn't it? Was it? I'm seeing Scar hanging off anyway. I'm seeing you guys Mufasa on the top and then Scar hanging off the side saying save me, and you're not the one that had a fight with him. It's like an angel came down and it pushed him off, but he's so desperate to climb, so desperate to cling to you, that he's staying on the cliff, and he's like help me, and he's there trying to trick you. But by you tricking your own subconscious mind, it's like, you're not falling for that trick. Very interesting. But here we have, obviously, he's trying, the subconscious, it could be he or she, but it's this, what is a he, sorry. It's like this subconscious belief of yours has a form. It's like, it's really nasty. It's like the worm from Dune, honestly. I can see it. And it has no eyes, it has no nothing. It just wants to feed off your energy. Like that's how much power it's gotten over you over the years. It wants you to feel imprisoned. It wants you to feel stuck within a cycle within your life where you keep trying, things don't work out, things are not moving. You try something new, it doesn't work out, things end up the same. You try again, things don't work out, end up the same. You feel like you'll never have your fairy tale life, you'll never have your dream life. Because of this, you'll never feel the bliss of just having a fantastic life. Like, this is what this subconscious belief is keeping you stuck in. You have to outsmart the smart, or outcun the cunning behavior. Outcun. I might have to start saying that. I'll outcun you. Sounds a bit weird. But you have to outcun the cunning behavior of the subconscious belief, because it's trying to cling on to you. And if you I feel like this is part of you as well, because it's familiar. Not just part of you, it's you. You're familiar with this way of thinking, this way of doing things. So it can come back in. It's like if you're able to go through with this and let this burn happen, feel this burn within your mind, within your head, sorry, not your mind, it's your head. Your head's going to feel like it's on fire. I'm saying particularly around this area here, around the top of your head, it's going to feel like it's on fire. It's not nothing to do with the gym. It's got nothing to do with what you ate. You might feel like you had too much coffee or something. It's got nothing to do with that. It's this angel that's coming for you, that's saving you from the subconscious belief, because it's getting too much power over you. You're almost becoming like a vegetative state in regards to this thing. It's like siphoning off of you, and it's giving to the person that implanted the subconscious belief. Your energy is going to the person that implanted the subconscious belief within you. Another one of your challenges here is again, not letting the energy flow, letting this come back. It's literally, you've got the Four of Pentacles again. You're letting this energy come back, of like needing to secure your security, needing to control things in your life so that they happen in a certain way. That's what you feel like that you have to do, and it doesn't allow things to move forward. It doesn't allow things to, you actually lose by being in this energy, and that's what's been happening to you. You've been losing, but because this subconscious belief is clinging on and tricking you into thinking that you need it, tricking you into thinking you're imprisoned, you're in this cycle. You're allowing that energy you're allowing those neural pathways to re-establish themselves, and they're not going to do it straight away. They're going to do it slowly. Like, they're going to come in, but it's going to feel like it's not going to be like the normal amount of time that it takes to make the neural pathway, because it's so familiar to you. It's going to be very quick. But try to stay out of this energy. Try to believe in yourself. Have the hope. Have the faith. Divine blessings are coming in for you. You just have to eliminate some sort of subconscious beliefs. You have to eliminate these things that are holding you back. Again, you have to be cunning. We're getting a repetition here. Maybe you might be like trying to talk yourself out of situations, trying to talk yourself out what you need. You need to do. I feel like you need to do this, but you're like weighing out the pros and cons, and you're like, oh, I don't know, this seems a bit difficult. Let's leave it for another day. You're being called to not leave it for another day. That day is not going to be a day. I'm hearing it's going to be a few years before you can come back to this point. You're at a very important point within your life. Do you want to go forward, or do you want to go back? You tell me. I told you what's behind you. It's darkness. Face this. It's like it is an enslavement. You're enslaved to, but it tempts you with a good time. It tempts you with this is going to be fun. Being like this is fun. Maybe you've convinced yourself that living like having grief and having being like this, having this sort of grief and feeling at a loss all the time, and feeling like you get some sort of kick out of it. It's like it's almost like a good time for you, because you feel a certain way and you feel quite powerful like that. But it's not actually that's not what's giving you power. It's actually taking away from you a lot more than you can imagine. It's leaving you dry, like you've become used to being sucked dry. That's what it is. That's what that temptation is. You get sucked dry, and you've become sort of like addicted to having your energy sucked dry. You're enslaved to it. Even though you're being freed, it's like you've got Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome when you have a dog, and the dog doesn't like you, and you go on looking after the dog or whatever. But as long as you keep the dog with you over a number of, I don't know how long it takes, but after a little while, after some time, the dog starts to sympathize with you, starts to show affection to you, and that's kind of what's happened here. Maybe you're aware of what this was a bad thing when you were a kid. You're like, this doesn't feel right. Like, we're living a certain way is what I'm getting. You started living a certain way, and you're like, this doesn't feel right. And this was when you were young, really young, when you were a kid. But you kept going with it because you were kind of getting a kick out of it. It's really affecting your root chakra. Your energy is not able to climb through your chakras. As your energy is not able to align properly because of this subconscious thing. It's really messing with your root chakra. You might be somebody that's very sensual. You might be somebody that's very you enjoy the pleasures of sex and stuff like that. And that's where you feel quite tempted to be in these old ways. Know that you can still live a much better life, still live a similar life to what, but that looks similar, but feels much, much, much better in every way. And you don't have to sacrifice yourself and make yourself smaller than what you are, knowingly going into this sort of enslavement. You might feel like you've had enough of situations within yourself. You might feel like you've had enough of feeling hope and feeling belief. You're like, oh, I'm just going to be like this forever, and I'm starting to accept it. Just know that this is what this thing is trying to convince you, this subconscious belief, because it's being eradicated this week. Not even by you, it's being eradicated by this angel, this spirit, this goddess, sorry. She's eliminating it for you. But you feel like, you're abandoning success. Like, don't abandon success. Have faith, have hope that your future is so bright. It is so bright. You're going to be able to live a much happier life. Don't allow the negatives to bring you down. Don't allow, this sort of belief of you'll never be happy, you'll never be living life the way you want to overtake you. This is what's happening here. You're being overtaken by grief. Because you're like, I'm not where I want to be. Things are going to move forward for you very quickly. Your energy is, you see, what the thing with energy is, when your energy is fragmented, it will go everywhere, right? And it will go towards where you want to go, but not as much. But when your energy is less fragmented, in this situation, this subconscious belief, whatever it is, it was not just fragmenting your energy, but it was stealing your energy. It's like taking a life of its own. It's really like evolved. It's like been given life because it has like a lot of your energy, like most of your energy has been going, like at least 95% of your energy has been going to this thing. Like, you might feel tired all the time. Like, you might feel fatigued all the time for no reason. You might just feel lazy for all the time, and you always wonder why you feel so lazy. Like, you're like, I didn't do anything today. All I did was eat and watch TV or whatever, and I feel tired. Why do I feel so tired? It's because your energy has been siphoned away by this subconscious belief. Like, you think a lot. You think way too much. And this thing, it's been playing you this whole time. The subconscious belief, it's been cunning with you. You have to outsmart it. And you only need to do it this week. If you're able to go through with it and you're able to defeat it, I mean, your outcome is showing me that you're not able to defeat it. Like, you don't have the strength to do it. But if you're able to outsmart it, if you're able to outsmart this thing this week as a motivation for you, you're going to unlock your destiny. That you don't realize how powerful this moment is for you. This moment is extremely powerful for you. It means so much for you. Like, you're unlocking your destiny. It's like there's a seal on your destiny. Like, you can't have your destiny as you are because your energy is being taken away. You have to be whole. Your energy can't be fragmented for you to move forward. but you're unlocking your destiny. You're starting a new cycle, finding your power. At the end of this week, you are finding your power anyway, but you are finding your power in a very profound way. Moving forward, you're unlocking the true potential of it, and not just unlocking the true potential. You're having some sort of wealth or gift coming in for you. It's an amazing new opportunity for wealth. You're going to be able to be wealthy. You're going to be able to be happy, have everything that it is that you really desire. You're going to be very balanced spiritually and physically, and your energy is not going to have any debris or garbage in it, like it, as in this sort of subconscious belief. It's gonna, your energy is gonna radiate, and you're gonna radiate things towards you that want you as much as you want them, which is obviously your dream life, your dream life, your fairy tale life. I'm getting you really want to live life a certain way. It's all possible for you if you can go through this week and outsmart this subconscious belief that's trying to latch on and try to linger on in your energy. You're gonna have it, but if you allow it to take over you, if you allow it to make you continue to make you feel grief, make you feel like you're abandoned, make you feel like you're disappointed, everything this is disappointing, like, and things are going to keep carry on disappointing you. Like, this is what the subconscious belief wants you to believe, the remnants of it anyway. I mean, it's really powerful within you that an angel has to step in to I mean, it's not not an angel. It's a very powerful being, a very powerful feminine. Well, she looks feminine. A female being, very powerful goddess that is stepping in here, and she has to step in to eradicate it. That's how bad it's gotten. I mean, you really follow your bad habits to like a dead end, and like it's really bad for you. It's really bad for you. I have to kind of tell you off here because you're doing so much damage to yourself, and you're wasting so much of your time doing damage to yourself when you could live the way you want to live. You could live with true happiness. You could live with true fulfillment, true love, true joy, true bliss, true, I don't know what's the word, like just like, you know, you can live life exactly the way you want to. You just don't realize it. How like it's like your life is there waiting for you, but there's like a wall, you know, like when they have those interrogation rooms where you can see on one side but you can't see on the other. It's like that with your your not your highest, your lighter self, sorry, your light self. Maybe you believe in like higher selves and stuff like that. But you're able to do this. You're able to do it. You have the power. That's what you need to realize. You have the power. This week, you're not just sitting there alone. You're not going through this alone. I feel like you feel very alone in all of this within yourself as well. You feel like you're right. This is a confirmation. You're not alone. Spiritually, you have a lot of support here. You have divine beings. You have gods, goddesses watching over you. You have spirit guides leading you. Animal spirit guides leading you. Maybe you have a pet as well. They show up in this pet, your animal spirit guide. I'm getting like a white dog. You have a white dog. Or you know of a white dog that really likes you. I mean, maybe it's in your area or somewhere at your job or somewhere. You know a white dog that really loves you. And you see them quite frequently. It's not like once in like 6 months. Like you see them like every other day. At least. But you're going through this, you're being guided through this, to go through this, to unlock yourself, to embrace your power, embrace yourself, embrace your cunning within your mind, embrace not just your cunning, but your cunning with your problems. Embrace cunning with your problems. I feel like you're someone that's cunning with people, not cunning with your problems. You need to be more cunning with your problems. Like really look at your problems and be like, is this a problem for you or is this a problem for me? Because a lot of the times it's not a problem for you. These problems want your energy. And you give them so much energy that they take a life of their own. So just realize that you're not alone in all of this. You have the power. You're going to unlock yourself in a very major way this week, where you have a choice to either move forward or move backwards. And we have laid out both of them, both sides for you now. What's going to happen to you if you move forward, what's going to happen to you if you move back. But no, whatever you do it from a place of kindness, love towards yourself, um, loving yourself, taking real authority within your life, taking real leadership within your life. Let this fire burn within you. Let this fire burn within you, in your head, when you feel this sort of, this sort of fire in your head. Let it happen. Don't take any painkillers. That's literally going to be the title of this. Don't take any painkillers this week. Have tea. I'm not a medical professional. This is entertainment purposes only. But yeah, I'm going to leave your reading here. If you did like the reading, leave me a like, comment, subscribe. And I do offer personal readings if you want to go more in depth and try to figure out specifically for yourself, whatever you want to do really. But my website is down in the description, and I shall see you soon.